lights blink, but they don't speak. Empty wallets, dreams looking weak. Concrete jungle where love takes a seat. Violence whispers, struggles on repeat. This is the life we know. The highs, the lows, the show. Hearts are heavy, pockets are light.
Now, with all these problems that you've had in your life and everything, how are you doing today?
I'm not homeless. Went to a job interview today for IT engineering. I'm going to go back to school and do things that I want to learn, inspired by one of my sons. I said, you pick 2 things right now that you can go to school for. So I'm joining the union. The union helps pay for your college through AFSCME. When I was in politics, I was sponsored by the union. He said, Dad, I want to do photography and geology. I said, then we're going to get you into photography and geology.
Right.
It may not be applicable to going and getting a job. He's got a job lined up with his grandfather. But how am I doing? My home is paid for, not to boast. We ended up paying off our house through 5 years of power washing. We set up a side hustle, and my house isn't perfect, is it?
No, nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect, but it's paid for. That means the land that my house sits on, we worked our butts off, man. Blood, sweat, and tears, arguments, late nights coming home, tired, broken, bent. Get up off your backside. If you think you can't do it, I lived in a car for a year, not to save money, not for a YouTube channel, not to sit there and have the van life and what is it called? TikTok?
Yeah.
Not to TikTok my career and stuff like that and go, oh, look, I'm playing guitar and doing yoga.
Right.
Okay. No, man, I lived out of a car out of this city to survive, man.
Right.
So I understand the homeless, but my house is paid for. We don't have a lot of money. We don't. Ed knows that. Ed's my mechanic on my car. I can't wrench anymore.
In closing, what advice would you give somebody as far as getting ready to be homeless, or what kind of advice would you give the homeless?
Getting ready to be homeless and being homeless are 2 profound differences. If you're already homeless, you're in it. You're the survivor, the person that's seeing the cliff and at the edge, and everything is going bye-bye. And all your crap's in storage. Better yet, you can't even put your crap in storage. And you're there.
Now, with people that live in homes, you think they take advantage of that?
Say that again?
For people that live in homes, that has a home, you think they take advantage of that and don't even consider as far as being homeless?
Well, I think what happens is when people put their stuff in storage, because that's generally what we do. I'm kind of answering it the way that I'm understanding it. So you're that person that's going, oh, I gotta save my stuff, right? My stuff. And you throw it in storage. I think what people do is they wait savagely for that person. People don't care about you. You need to care about you. Okay, you need to dig in deep. Don't buy coffee. Get rid of your cell phone. Liquidate everything you got. Quit thinking that you gotta have this stuff. Buy the $3,000 car. Be smart. Take financial courses, not in college. Listen to people that go, this is how I paid off my house in 5 years. I didn't have a $300,000 mortgage. It's impossible. That's crap.
Did you have any resources to help you, or you had to do it on your own?
Those calluses were my resources. That was my resources.
Now, do you when it comes to the government, what do you think that the government can do to help improve the well-being of the homeless to get them back into society?
Stop relying on the government. I was a recipient. I'll answer that. I want you guys to listen to this very carefully. I had the opportunity. I was working for a large corporation. Globally, they're the second probably to PepsiCo. They're called InBev. I won't mention the other company's name that's associated with them, but you can figure it out if you Google search it. Ask that question again, Ed.
What is it that you think that the government can do?
Stop relying on the government. So I sat down with one of the top sales guys. This was 15 years ago. He was making $65,000 a year. I was making $32,000 a year. And I was getting government aid. So we were getting a food card. They stopped calling it food stamps. We were getting food assistance. We had Medicaid and Medicare through the system for our children. And I sat down and I said, my wife is staying at home. We did this sacrifice to keep our kids homeschooled. So my wife stayed at home, took care of the kids. I was the working man. That time is ending for society. It's impossible almost now for two people to just barely afford one house, right? My single income. So the salesman come over and says, I make 65 grand. And I was good with numbers. And I crunched them. I said, all right, 65,000. So you're taking almost 45 a year, minus 32. But my tax return was 10 grand. By the way, everybody says that you folks out there have all them children on the other side of the spectrum I'm talking about. The people that use the N-word, when you're not around. Look at me. I'm the epitome of the allowance of the N-word. People will use it around me and I just go, and they don't know who I am, do they? One race. But that tax return, I saved it. And on the back end of my $55,000 house, hear what I said? You can build a house for 55 grand. It's going to be small like your grandparents built. Think about that. People build a garage for 2 cars and they build a small little area. Get rid of the garage. The car's going to stay outside anyways. You're going to fill the garage with crap. Build that small house like our grandparents built. They were called cracker houses. Play on words, right? Cracker houses. So hope you find that funny. But that 10 grand, that tax return, I showed him. I said, buy 32 with food assistance trumps your 45. I said, I'm at 45 right now with government aid. So what was pushing me to do better for myself? What was pushing me into the 6-figure income? He's at 65. He's teetering right towards 6 figures. He's praying to God that he's going to be 70, right? But I'm in that happy zone because I took that 10 grand, paid my property taxes. I didn't buy speakers for my car. I didn't buy a big screen TV. I didn't go out and get duds. We thrift shopped, man. We scrimped, we saved, we sacrificed. And that $10,000, when $8,000 was left over, I went to the bank. And do you know at every $10,000 financially, you can go to your bank and ask them to lower your mortgage payment for every 10 grand. So I lowered my mortgage payment that I could double up on a payment here or there. That went on the back end, double up. But each year, for about 4 or 5 years, I took 8 grand. Some years we had to buy a car. We didn't have an ed to fix everything that we had. So we buy a $5,000 van. Better yet, we bought a $2,500 van. Had a new transmission put in. Old guy had 90,000 miles on 99,000 miles. I know that's a gift from God. You don't find them every day nowadays, right? But they're out there. And then that 5 grand, put it on the backside. Well, we can't lower that payment this year. But next year, we put another 5 grand on. And we saved some money. We sold some stuff on Marketplace. We fixed it up, painted it, made it look good. Use your mind. Go on YouTube. How to fix something. How to paint something.
So, right? all in all, what you're saying is if you don't make the effort to keep a home and make an effort to do better for yourself, you always find yourself home.
You're always going to be behind the 8 ball. The government is going to keep you downtrodden. Remember, let's tie this all in for closing. train for separation from the time that we're young to come full circle. Then the government, then the insurance companies, the corporations keeps everybody separated in areas. Then the government steps in and says, I'm going to come over and help you. That's where the lie comes in. What the government's going to do is keep you a slave. All of us. Slave does not mean by color. Slave means right here. And until you free yourself here, and where you go like this, I can actually pay off my mortgage. And when I saw the numbers, now, let's say $55,000 in a 30-year note, and I had a 30-year mortgage, by the way. Mine was called a balloon mortgage. If you don't know what a balloon mortgage is, that means if you miss the note, that means they can balloon it to the current interest rate. I think I was at 5.7 back then. I missed a little bit sometime. Then they doubled on insurance onto my loan. Oh my gosh. Then the bank came and repossessed my car. Oh my God. I've been there, man. You can't tell somebody about something unless you've been through something.
Right.
So I know exactly what people struggle with. Here's the thing. Once that mortgage started to shrink, I built my credit back up. Once I built my credit back up, here's where rich people, not white people, not black people, listen to what I said. Here's the difference. Ed, am I rich?
No.
Okay. I am in my brotherhood, my kinship with you. That's where my wealth comes from. Most valuable currency right now is trust. People spend their currency called fear. Stop having fear. Stop relying on the government to come and bail you out. Understand how your monetary money works. Build up your wealth within yourself first with his knowledge. Listen to people that are willing to help direct your path and say, this is the path. Go forward. Homeless people, marry. In closing, so you can pay off your house. Just be smart. Don't get a $300,000 house. Mathematics is your $300,000 house will be a $600,000 house. So you're not paying $300,000. My $55,000 house, I did the mathematics on it in 30 years with the interest, would have turned out to be a $98,000 loan. $100,000 doubles.
Well, Mike, I hope that we can get you back on the show one day, man, and finish telling the story and everything. I just hope that you keep your head up, man. Keep believing in God, keep having faith in God, and go ahead and just continue to move forward, brother. Because without, like you said, without trust in each other, without faith in God, it's really impossible to do anything.
I can vouch for Ed's closing words. God used Ed profoundly in my life. I'll use the word balls to be respectful and to be reverent in that. I know people are like, you're using balls and talking about God, but one of Ed's podcasts was talking about, and one of the interviews was talking about, men gotta have balls these days. And we're forgetting who we are as men, as leaders. So don't follow, quit following, and lead. Be strong. God, and my closing is, God bless.
All right, man. I really do appreciate you.
My brother.
Talk to you later.
Man, if you all like the video, listen to what this guy says, because he's got a lot of knowledge in it. And what it really boils down to is just that everybody's got to get out their behind and want to do something and continue to do something no matter how hard life gets. But it's like you throwing a rock into the water and it makes all kind of ripples. Now, that's just like life. You're going to have ups and downs, back and forth, and tough times and good times. Those are just ripples of life. You got to think about it. What one action does, it creates reactions everywhere else. So you got to think about it. What is your reaction going to do, and how you going to act to make a better positive effect on somebody else or a negative effect on you? You got to think about it. Get off your behind. Get out here and look for the resources. Stay out here. It might be tough to find. Ask somebody. Somebody told people to help. Hey, I've been in that situation before. Who knows? Everybody has in some kind of way. Till later, y'all keep y'all head up. Get out here and get off your ass.